Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Passaic County Tech Bulldog Marching Band. return that salute with an appropriate standing round of applause for the Passaic County Tech Bulldog Marching Band.
The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Wayne Hills is back home for a showdown with the 5-2 Bulldogs of Passaic County Tech. Coming off a heartbreaking road loss at the hands of Ramapo, one in which they played their hearts out but fell just short, losing 35-28 in overtime. The Patriots are looking forward to bouncing back and finishing off the regular season strong, and it all starts tonight. As for the Bulldogs, they're on a roll so far, having won 3 games in a row, including a 23-20 thriller last week against West Orange. Playoff implications are prominent in this one, as the Patriots' hopes and dreams of playing November and even some December football may rest on their ability to take care of a tough Pcti team in front of their home fans here on a Friday night. Wayne Hills, Pcti, next. Hello and welcome here to Patriot Stadium, where we have the PCTI Bulldogs going up against our Wayne Hills Patriots. Wayne Hills back at home again, and guys, it's great to be back here up in our booth. Wayne Hills coming back off a game against Ramapo, had a 3-game winning streak up until Ramapo ended up snapping it, took a 35-28 win in overtime. PCTI, on the other hand, on a 3-game winning streak, won against West Orange last week, 23-20. At a 5-2 record right now, looking to keep their win streak going. But Wayne Hills is here back at home, guys. Now, this matchup looking to definitely be a great matchup. But let's talk more about the Ramapo matchup last week. Aaron, what would you like to say about the Ramapo matchup last week?
Well, Luca, the storied rivalry between those two schools just continued to live on last week. Wayne Hills and Ramapo, it was a game that went down to the wire, a classic game between the two schools. Ramapo jumped out to a 21-6 lead. They looked dominant. Charles DePrimo was tearing up the Patriots' defense. And then, late in the first half, he went down with an injury. And it would later be revealed that he either tore or, a partial tear to his MCL. So it was one that knocked him out of the game. And Chris Valvano, the backup quarterback, the senior, came in, did a good job for Ramapo. But Wayne Hills, they didn't go away in that game. Down 21-6, scored before halftime, scored again to open up the second half, and then a 2-point diversion to tie things up. And then again, down 28-21 with 5 minutes left to go in the game. Mike Casasanto let a drive that ended up in a touchdown. They tied the game, went to overtime. It was tragic that they couldn't get it done. Ramapo was scored in the first game of overtime, first play of overtime. Again, just an instant classic between the two schools. Wayne Hills played their hearts out, but just couldn't come away with the victory.
And, I agree with you, Aaron. The offense played very well. Now switching to the defense. They had a rough start in the beginning of the game, allowing 2 touchdowns, very easy touchdowns that I think were less than 4 drives. And, Hills was behind, but then, the offense came back and they played very well with the defense. They had them. They took control in the second and third quarter. Fourth quarter, they let them go. It's understandable because that was a great Ramapo team. And then the overtime, they took it to overtime and allowed a very easy touchdown that would end the game for Hills.
And we got a chance to interview one of the big players in that last Ramapo game. I got a chance to interview Dean Imparato. Let's throw it to that. Having gone back so many years now, how does what they said to you speak to you guys, and will it show in the games going forward?
Yeah, what they said is really cool for them to come back. Jaron being very successful at Villanova right now. It shows how much this game really means to them still to this day. Other alumni were coming in all week and just giving us pep talks, and it really just helps motivates us. So going forward, I feel it'll definitely carry over in other games too, because we only have one goal, it's to win the state championship. So just anything that's told to us by older alumni, it definitely helps.
And now this week, going up against a PCTI team who has been doing really great this season at a record of 5-2 and on a 3-game winning streak. Been having one of their better years since you've been playing them. What are your expectations from this PCTI team that you're going up against?
Yeah, they're definitely a strong team this year and not to be looked over at all, even coming off our good game against Ramapo. They have very strong receiving core and good running back coming in, so we're definitely ready for a battle, but we always expect to win. So that's pretty much what we feel going into this game.
Yeah, and going back to the motives from players who would come back and from Coach Demikoff as well, do you think those motives will potentially make this game less of a challenge and have stuck with you so far and will stick with you throughout the season and if you make it to the playoffs?
I feel the motives definitely help, but I feel every game we approach the same way, and it's always going to be a challenge. It's a competitor as always, and we just have to go in, do our job, and we'll come out successful.
And it's Wayne Hills football team, an incredibly successful team over the years, and looking forward to see it next year. Looking forward to seeing this team in the playoffs. And that's all we have for today. And now going back up to the booth with Aaron, Isaiah, and me for the coverage of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now introduce the Wayne Hills starting defensive lineup. At defensive end, number 52, Nick Lucarello, number 52. At defensive tackle, number 58, Dave Kuhn, number 58. At defensive tackle, number 99, Sharif Odatala, number 99. At defensive end, number 81, Jake Rosjan, number 81. At linebacker, number 15, Noah Ahumada, number 15. At linebacker, number 20, Dan Daly, number 20. At linebacker, number 21, Dan Gerard, number 21. At cornerback, number 17, Joe Brunetti, number 17. At safety, number 9, Dean Imperato, number 9. At safety, number 3, Anthony Gale, number 3. And at cornerback, number 18, Christian Montalillo, number 18. And let's welcome the rest of the Patriot squad. Patriots welcome to Brandon Petronzi returning this evening, and another good friend of Wayne Hills football, Jeffrey Bolts. Both fieldside tonight with their families to support our players. And now we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And we are back here at Patriot Stadium as the players gather after the anthem. Kickoff just in a few moments. Now, Aaron, last week in the Ramapo game was such a huge game. Ramapo, the 5th best team in the state, and we put up such an incredible match, going to 35-28 in overtime, as we said. Who would you say your key player is for that game?
Well, you know, my guy for last week, Luca, was Chris Brutowski, who's really, you know, stepped up as the #1 running back in this offense. And, you know, with Michael Joyce, again, we've talked about it all season. You know, he went down early in the season, first game of the year in South Carolina. You know, it's been difficult for the Patriots to replace, you know, the talent that he has. But Chris Brutowski did an excellent job and continued to do it last week. 14 rushes for 111 yards, a huge 57-yard run that he broke, and then he followed that up with a touchdown. On the season, 350 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, this guy, I don't know what else you could have asked for if you're Coach Demikoff. This guy has stepped up alongside Noah Bita, but it seems as Chris Brutowski has been the guy as of late, and he'll continue to be. And, you know, he's just stepped up in such a big way and did it again last week.
And Isaiah, there were a lot of big players who came up super strong last week. Who would you say your key player is?
Well, last week my key player was Nick Lucarello. He didn't disappoint. He had a sack, 8 total tackles, and 6 solo tackles. He played very well, and he's just, you know, he's one of those guys that plays consistently. He gets after the quarterback. He's recorded 4 sacks this season, and he's just one of those big linemen up front, and he played very well last week. And I think that the defense, they almost had Ramapo. They were just key moments where they let go and gave up very easy touchdowns, especially in overtime, which helped Ramapo win. So hopefully this week, this defense can get better, and Nick Lorella can have also a great game as well.
Yeah, Isaiah, you know, just really quickly speaking on that, you know, Ben, you know, I'm sorry, you know, just you mentioned, you know, giving up some easy touchdowns, you know, on the defensive side of the ball if you're the Patriots, and just, you know, limiting the damage. As you remember last week, they scored a touchdown to make it 13-6, and then, you know, on the very next drive, they let Charles Suprema run for an 80-yard touchdown. I mean, that's just a huge backbreaker. You know, they were lucky that they were able to score before the half, because going down 21-6, when you had it at a one-score game, would have been, you know, that would have been, you know, shattering to your team. So I think the key tonight, Isaiah, is for this defense, if you get a stop and then your offense scores, you got to keep supporting them. You can't let them down on the next drive. You got to string together a series of stops here if you want to be successful. And Pcti is no slouch. I mean, their offense is electric, and it's definitely going to apply here tonight.
Yeah, I definitely say both of them had a great game last week and look to have a great game tonight. Jordan Thiel is set to kick and this game is underway. A squib kick, and it's fumbled, and Hills might have fallen on the ball immediately.
Looks like they jumped on their own ball.
Yeah, it does appear that PCTI recovered it. Amir Buffalo was back there. It didn't get to him. And as a result, a fumble. But it was recovered. Now PCTI on the 30-yard line. Bolevsky takes the snap and the handoff. Makes it maybe about 2-3 yards. That's Ramir McGraw.
Yeah, and Luca McGraw is just absolutely electric for the Bulldogs. 27 carries, 140 yards last week. He's a guy, 5'7", 173, not very big, but he gets it done. He's quick, he's elusive, and, he averages about 133 yards on the ground per game. He's just absolutely dynamic, and you're going to see a heavy dose of him tonight.
Now Gary Bolevsky in the back with McGraw on the side. Dropping back, running and makes a pass out to the right side, and he makes it to about the 40-yard line until he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, you said it, Aaron. These running backs for PCTI play very well. As last week they had a combined, I believe, of almost 300 yards. So they played very well. So for me, for this defense, I am relying on the linebacker crew because if I know up front they can take them down. But when these running backs go outside and cut outside, I need these linebackers to be ready. So my key player for tonight, Daniel Gerard, had 8 solo tackles, 10 total tackles, and a tackle for loss last week against Ramapo.
And the handoff to McGraw, who is immediately taken down. Most of this Patriots defense on that dog pile.
And that's huge, guys. Stopping McGraw in this offense on the first drive sets the tone for the game. Third down and short, you're not going to give him anything. And now you force him to punt really early on in the game, and if you can get a score here, you got them on their heels right away.
And you said how great Ramir McGraw has been doing so far this season. Just an incredible stop there for Hills and very needed as now they get the ball back at around the 26, 27-yard line. Casasanta and this offense taking the field. Casasanta, I would put as my key player, had an incredible game last week against Ramapo. With 9-20 with 105 passing yards, threw for a passing touchdown, threw the game-winning the game-tying touchdown to Dean Imperato. And he had 220 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. On the season, he's 74-137 with 7 passing touchdowns, 861 yards, 68 rushing yards. Taking the snap. Petovsky getting at the middle. Breaks a few tackles and maybe about 5 yards.
You see, Luca, I've kind of figured out why this offense plays so well. It's when Mike Casasanta is able to use his legs, run in the pocket, create some big play, and possibly run it for 60 yards, or do a play action and try to run out of the pocket and find a wide open wide receiver. This offense gets it going, and you saw that last week against Ramapo.
Bit of a play change. Takes the snap and hands it off to Petovsky. Nearly lost the ball, bobbled it, but was able to keep it, and is dragged all the way back to about the 21. Now Dean Imperato coming onto the field. Joe Brunetti coming off. Looks like him and Christian Pontalillo will be out wide on Casasanta's right side. Petovsky in the backfield. Faking the handoff. Looking to pass. And Dean Imperato's right there for the completion and is taken down at about the 40.
Yeah.
That'll be a first down for Hills.
And Luca, Isaiah, that's big. We talked about Casasanta, how good he is with his legs. Broke the school rushing touchdown yards for a quarterback in a single game last week. And, we saw, him able to, be efficient through the air last week. And
let's look at the replay of that. Taking the snap, a great pass there, but immediately hit by Jaden Hunt. Rojan moves around to the side. Bertowski takes it. Tries to break through the defensive line, but makes it to about maybe the 41.
And guys, it's getting bad really quick. We saw that Cassius Santos was able to be efficient, through the air, through the game time touchdown of Dean Imperato. A clutch play, a clutch drive by him. Had multiple completions to multiple guys, so it's going to be a key for him, to get going through the air, especially here on this first drive again, setting the tone, showing, this PCTI team knows how dangerous he is, and him and Bertowski in the backfield are just lethal. But if he can get it going through the air, that's going to be another thing that they have to worry about.
Bertowski again in the backfield, faking the handoff. Casanta on the run, looks to throw. That's Christian Ponzalillo, wide open, and stumbles, and ends up getting tackled at around the 10-yard line. If you weren't for that stumble, he could have potentially gotten into the end zone, but is tackled by Jaheim McGuire. What a great pass from Mike Casasanta. Let's look at the replay of that pass. Just lets that thing fly and right into his hands. An incredible pass.
Ponzalillo broke coverage pretty easily, guys. I mean, he just got away from everyone there, and good throw from Casasanta right on the money as well.
Also have to give credit to the offensive line, giving Mike Casasanta time to throw that ball and able to see Christian down the field.
Yes.
Bertowski takes it. Gains maybe a few yards. That should be 2nd and goal. I mean, this is an incredible stuff for Wayne Hills. We saw it last week against Ramapo. Their first drive, they took it right in for the touchdown. Hills had to punt again, and right on the next drive, Ramapo scored yet again. This is a great start for Hills. None of those early game jitters.
Yeah, and Luca, they've got PCTI, kind of in the position that they were in last week. If they can score here, they're going to be in a position where, a score is almost mandatory, because this one could get out of hand early, and a score here, again, sets the tone early on.
Hills on the 9. Bertowski again. Tries to run up the middle, but can't find a slot. Then goes to the outside and is taken down at around the 4 or the 3-yard line.
It seems that a ref has thrown a flag. Not sure who it is on yet.
Guys, last week Ramapo, was riddled with penalties, and the Patriots, that was one of the keys for them, staying in that game, and can't allow it to happen to yourself. You can't take yourself out of positions like that. Bertowski, man, did a nice job of bouncing to the outside there. Initially, it looked like he might have gotten stopped, got down to about the 2-yard line, and now a penalty just pushes you back. I mean, again, these mistakes early on in the game are always killers, and Wayne Hills has got to limit the mistakes to just that one, and they've got to punch it in here. Too good of a play, with the Casasanta dime to Ponzalillo to make this drive to the waste.
Another bit of a play change. Bertowski moving to the outside. And Casasanta nearly found an open spot, but is able to get out of the tackle. But still is pushed back to about the 21. It looked like there was some helmet contact there from number 59, Jaden Johnson.
That was a great tackle by PCTI, but Mike Casasanta was able to maneuver out of that tackle and stay alive and, not lose that many yardage.
Yeah, and, Jaden Johnson kind of had Casasanta, kind of in a pickle. I mean, it looked like he was sure to go down. Good job, just avoiding the loss of yardage there. So.
Wayne Hills now on the 21-yard line now. 3rd and 20.
I mean, guys, this drive has just gone south, ever since the Bertowski run was negated. I mean, let's see if they can pull something here, but in all likelihood, Jordan Thiel's going to be trying And that's field goal.
And whistles are blown again, this time for a timeout for the Patriots. We saw last week's game, especially at the start from Wayne Hills, just penalties leading to mistakes, leading to lost yards, shades of last year, last year's team and 2 years ago. Just some penalties, always calling back those big plays. And couldn't be having those mistakes against Ramapo. Just because PCTI isn't as tough of an opponent as Ramapo doesn't mean you can keep doing this stuff again.
I mean, definitely, Luca. Demetov and the rest of the coaching staff can't be happy because they're telling their guys, hey, we got aided by penalties last week because they were the ones messing up, and we can't put ourselves in that position. I mean, with such a good drive, it was looking phenomenal, and now they're backed up. 3rd down and 20. Let's see if they can make something happen here.
Another motion play from Bertovsky. And making a pass. Breaking through that feed, and Parado evades the tackle, and the turn into a Wayne Hills touchdown.
Incredible. I mean, 3rd down and 20. Drive looked like it was going nowhere after a promising start, and one play turns it around. Dean Imparato making multiple cuts, and I mean, he's so fast, guys. He's so quick and elusive, able to scamper away from the defenders, and Wayne Hills gets a big break.
And the drive going from an absolute ruin. Dean Imparato turning it around just like that to a Wayne Hills touchdown, getting 6 on the board. Jordan Thiel set to kick the extra point. Ponsaloro will hold. Kick is up and sails right through. 7-0 Wayne Hills. 4 minutes 33 left on the clock.
I mean, last week you saw against Ramapo where Hills was backed up pretty far and 3rd down, and they made some pretty big plays. Mike Alessandra, I think, made a 60-yard rushing touchdown on 3rd down.
67 yards.
60, yeah. So, I know this Hills team can do it, and they just proved it right here by scoring a touchdown from 3rd and 20. So, good job by this offense. They kind of got it rolling since last week, and they got an early lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, and, Isaiah, I mean, an incredible play there to save the drive, but you don't want to put yourself in a position too much, to have a guy try to bail you out like that. I mean, Imparato did a good job of making something, out of nothing on that play, and, I mean, it was a good play call, but, again, you don't want to put yourself in a position where, you get it to the 2-yard line, and then a few plays later you find yourself nearing your 30, 3rd down and 20. So Wayne Hill's got to do a better job of, kind of executing near the red zone. But nonetheless, good job of saving the drive there.
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. I'm just saying, this team can do it on 3rd down.
A team with such heavy potential, and it shows, obviously, with that last drive there. Jordan Thiel with another squib kick. That back to Isaiah Brown, who makes it out to maybe the 19-yard line. Let's look at the replay for that kick return. Jordan Thiel sends it away, low arcing kick. As soon as he picks it up, he's taken right down at the 19-yard line. That's Nick Lucarello.
That was a pretty good kick, Those kind of kicks makes it hard for the kick returners to, get a hand on the ball.
Snap right to Valevsky, who hands it off to Ramir McGraw, who's immediately stopped the walls of the lines as both collide, and no gain for PCTI on that one.
And, the Patriots defense doing a good job early on, guys, stopping McGraw, and, limiting, his production tonight is going to be huge. Again, we talked about it just really quickly, how dynamic he is. Just trying to limit, his production. He's going to get touches, but if you can hold him.
Faking the snap, faking the handoff, looking to run for himself, and makes it to about the 21-yard line.
Aaron talked about the defense, and last week, they let up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and I'm pretty sure Coach Demikov wasn't happy about that, so he definitely talked about that after the game, made some adjustments, and here you see that this Hills defense has definitely made adjustments and has stopped the running game so far in the game.
Well, you know, they kind of got their act together. You know, I mean, outside of the DePrima run right before, you know, halftime with about 2 minutes left, I mean, they played pretty well after giving up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, Isaiah. Playing pretty well so far here tonight as well.
Pistolesi taking the snap, taking a throw, and there's McGraw breaking one tackle, breaking another, and he's still going to 30, and he's finally taken down.
I mean, I said it earlier. I know this defensive front can, you know, stop it, but stop the run. But once the running back gets past the defensive line, the linebackers have to step up and make a big tackle.
Yeah, and that's where McGraw's so dangerous, guys. Bouncing to the outside like that. You know, a handoff off right tackle, and you know he just broke tackles, did everything he could. You know, use that willpower, and he's quick. He's very fast. So. You know, that's where he's most dangerous, running to the outside, and Wayne Hills gives up a big play.
And now Jaden Hunt coming in at quarterback for that play, rushing it for himself.
Last week, Jaden Hunt played against, I believe it was the Clifton.
West Orange.
West Orange, my bad. Against West Orange, only had 34 passing yards and an interception. So if this defense would just, you know, stop the running game and make him throw a bit, I think they have a better chance at, you know, shutting this offense down.
Now Belevsky again with McGraw right behind him, taking the snap, looking to pass, and the pass is complete to number 11, Jaheim McGuire, and PCTI gets themselves a first down.
And, you know, guys, going back to the set we saw a couple plays ago, you know, with Hunt coming in, he's a dynamic runner as well. I mean, this PCTI offense averages 206 yards on the ground per game. They're electric in that department. You know, last week, on the season, Hunt 382 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's a danger as well as he takes the snap.
Now Hunt again at QB, rushes it for himself immediately and makes it to the 15-yard line. Now to look at the replay on that tackle. Taking the run out to the left side. Dan Daly able to rough him and bring him down.
And guys, you know, using Hunt, taking the direct snap like that, he's dangerous. I mean, you see the PCTI offense getting a little bit creative here, trying to throw this Wayne Hills defense off balance as they near the red zone.
Belevsky in again. Hands off to McGraw, who tries breaking one tackle. Almost did, but could not. And now whistles are blown. There's a flag.
There goes one of the names of the linebacker crew. Like I said, the linebacker crew has to step up, and they stepped up right there and make a great tackle.
And I see Daly talking with one of the refs, motioning at grabbing his jersey. Maybe the penalty could have been on him or should have been called against him.
Yeah, nope, no signal from the refs yet.
Now here they come to let us know.
Wow.
And it is a personal foul against the Patriots.
Yeah, they'll call holding on him. And that's big. You know, guys, we saw the Patriots, you know, kill themselves on offense down near, you know, the end zone, and now doing it again on the defensive side of the ball. So, again, hurting yourself with penalties, it's just something that you always want to eliminate. Haven't done a great job of doing it, you know, early on so far tonight.
Jane Hunt again, taking the QB rush, makes it along to the outside, and gets into the end zone. PCTI putting 6 points up on the board, and tried to spike for a celebration, but lost the ball as he did that. Let's look at the replay on the touchdown. Taking it right to the outside, tried to find a hole, didn't see one, took it out to the left side, and that's where he found his opening and got into the end zone. 56.6 seconds left on the clock. And the extra point picked by Nazaruddin Abunasif.
And guys, Hunt again, a guy who, he bounced out to the outside. I mean, he was getting wrapped up. These guys are quick, and they're not very big, but they're strong. And they move fast. Hunt, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and you just see guys. I mean, we've seen 2 big plays now. McGraw broke one, a big one up the right side, and then now Hunt, running to his left for a touchdown. This PCTI run game is going to be something that the Patriots are, didn't have their hands full with all game.
Yeah, I agree, Aaron. They almost had him, but he's a little bit too quick. The linebacker crew had to get ready for that because, like I said, they have to get ready. Once they bounce out, they have to make the tackle. That led to another touchdown. But I understand he's a bit quick, very fast. You saw there he picked up speed and acceleration, and you have to make that tackle. You have to be there.
Bunasif kicks it off. Arc and kick. And it's picked up and run to the 21-yard line. Pontalillo on the return as the ball took a bounce and didn't quite make it to Imparado. Let's also mention the special teams for Wayne Hills has been doing really great so far. Opposed to last week against Ramapo, only 1 kick ended up being taken out, and that was the kickoff that Wayne Hills received after halftime. But against Passaic Valley and even against West Milford, this special teams has been showing up. Casasanta hands off to Bertovsky, who breaks through and gets about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be important to see how, Wayne Hills responds to the 2 narratives going on right now. You scored a touchdown, on your last drive, but, you kind of hurt yourself, and you got out of one. You build yourself out there, and then, again, near the red zone, you hurt yourself, with the penalty call, holding, and then you let Hunt, kind of walk in. You had him, and then he kind of got away. So, 2 different narratives right now. Sure, you scored, but, I mean, PCTI has done a really good job of responding, and they've got to respond right back.
Snap taken. Bertovsky running outside with the handoff, and flags come flying.
Bertovsky on the carry. A penalty marker is down.
It looks like it might be a penalty on Hills.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold again.
Holding against the Patriots.
We saw a lot of penalties last week in the beginning, first quarter against Ramapo. They didn't help the Patriots up that much, allowing 2 touchdowns for Ramapo to score on them. And this week, they're only down. They're tied up, and there's a lot of field to cover, so you gotta get something together. You have to limit the mistakes, get the first downs, get your head in the game, and try to score a touchdown.
And now the first quarter ends with Wayne Hills and PCTI tied up at 7.
Yeah, and, Luca, again, just, 2 different narratives going on so far in the first quarter. I mean, Wayne Hills, first drive, you had a big completion to Christian Pontalillo, big time play. Your offense is feeling good from there. You get down to the 2-yard line, and then, penalty marker, and, just get pushed back a little bit. You have a 3rd down and 20. You made something out of it. Imparado gets into the end zone. You catch a break. You bail yourself out there. And then on the defensive side, more penalties just helped PCTI inch closer to the end zone. They ended up getting in. Hunt, we talked about him. A dynamic runner, was able to bounce off a lineman. He was getting wrapped up and did a good job of using his pursuit and getting to the outside and scoring. So, I mean, while Wayne Hills did score early on, it seems like PCTI has done pretty much the same. I mean, they've responded in such a big way, and it's going to be huge for Wayne Hills to have a long drive here, wear down this PCTI defense, and finish it off with a score for sure.
Team's back onto the field. Casasanta with that strategy of trying to get these opposing defenses to jumps has been working in the previous weeks. Didn't work too well against Ramapo, and it's being shown it might not work too great against PCTI. Handed off to Chris Bertofsky, breaks through the defensive line, but is tackled by the secondary and makes it to the 29-yard line on that run.
I like the combination of this offense. They do a little bit of running, a little bit of passing, and what I really like what I've seen so far, especially from Mike Santa, staying in the pocket, not having to run around, try to make an extended play. The offensive line has done decently well, and, he's gotten a big passing play to Christian Pontalillo, and, I like what, this team is going so far.
And movement from the PCI defense. So again, Casasanta trying to get them to jump.
Yeah, Jimmy Adressa, number 34, was showing blitz, and now he bats up.
Casasanta on the run, looking to throw, and the catch is made! Making it to about the 45. That's Dean and oh no, that's Christian Pontalillo.
And that is the play action I've been talking about. Mike Casasanta using those legs. That's why I said I figured out this offense. When he uses his legs, he's able to extend plays and make, get the first down as shown there.
They're down the ball at the 44-yard line. Let's look at the replay from that catch. Casasanta taking the snap, going out on a run.
And he fit that throw into a tight pocket there, guys.
And able to just, adjust his body.
Hand it off to Bertofsky. He's taken down at the 45 for a gain of 1.
And something that we haven't seen so far in this one is, Casasanta, taking a direct snap and trying to make something happen on the ground. They're feeding Chris Bertofsky, most of the workload tonight, but maybe they want to ease off. Casasanta, sits rushing touchdowns on the season. He's been great so far, all season with his legs. So, maybe want to get him warmed up a little bit against this tough PCTI defense. Let him, air it out a little bit.
Also to mention, last week, he ran the ball a lot and he almost, he limped off the field a bit, but came back. So maybe they were being a little bit cautious, with their quarterback. They want to have him starting in the game.
Taking the snap, looking again to pass, and the pass is incomplete. But Brunetti was definitely shoved there. And now I see a flag. Ultimately deserving there. And there's an unnecessary shove there on Brunetti. And now Wayne Hill's going to move up.
Yeah, almost helmet-to-helmet contact. So you really can't do that in the game of football anymore. So, that's a big penalty.
And as you say, you can't do that. You would be hearing that from the student section as well. Pink out tonight, all decked out in pink for breast cancer awareness. It is October, the last October game for Wayne Hills this season, as their next game will be here at home, closing off the season on November 1st at 7 p.m. going up against Indian Hills.
First down, Patriots, the ball on
Some substitutions made for Hills. And now they break the huddle.
Well, Wayne Hills has got it on PCTI's 40, guys. Let's see if they can keep on moving and, put something together here on this drive.
Motion for Bertofsky. And Casasanta tried to get around there, saw a wide opening on the right side. But that is number 52, Xavier Belton on the tackle there. Xavier Belton, 6'2", 215 pounds. One of the bigger guys and one of the commanding guys on this run defense of PCTI.
Yeah, I mean, a monster. 6'2", 215 as a junior. I mean, you can only imagine what this guy's going to do next year as a senior.
Snap handed off to Bertofsky, who is taken down by number 11, Jakeem McGuire.
And, Bertofsky's doing a good job so far, guys, of, making a lot of cuts and, trying to shake defenders. He's seen success with that so far this year, and, he's put together, some solid runs tonight. But, they just haven't been able to break a big one. They had that big play through the air, the pass to Pontalillo, but, here on 3rd down and medium, you might want to take the shot deep. You might want to let Casasanta, kind of do something different. Throw it deep. Look for the end zone here.
Yeah, Wayne Hills now facing 3rd down and 6. Some more motion from Ratofsky. Now Casasanta finds the hole and is able to get the 1st down and then some. The 20, the 10, touchdown! He dives for the pylon and gets there, putting up another 6 points on the board for Wayne Hills.
And there goes Cassandra using those legs, like I said, that makes this team's offense so successful. And he's done it there, ran for another big gain, and got a touchdown.
Yeah, it's like every game, guys. It's like clockwork at this point. You always expect Casasanta to do something special, when he's got the ball in his hands. And, this kid has improved, tremendously from the beginning of the season. And 7th rushing touchdown of the season. He matches that with his passing total. 14 total touchdowns now for Mike Casasanta.
And now heel set to kick. Puts that one up. Dead center right through the uprights. And Wayne Hills up 2 scores. 14-7. Such a great run there from Mike Casasanta. And as soon as you said, we haven't seen too many runs here, he is able to take that run into the end zone and get some more points up on the board. That's typical Casasanta. Was the leading rusher of this team, but Chris Ratofsky now beating him by I think it was 5 or 6 yards from the game last week against Ramapo. Both of them had great games last week and are definitely showing that they're putting in the same effort that they did last week into tonight. As last week before the Ramapo game, some former alumni and former players, like I said in the interview, Gabe Delichai and Jaron Hayek came back, got their spirits up, and this Wayne Hills team, we've seen that motivation that they got from those players and the alumni and from the coaching staff has definitely stuck.
Yeah, and a 77-yard drive there, Luca and Isaiah. That's huge. It's exactly what they needed to bring it to PCTI. Now you got a 1-score lead. You're at home. Got to get a stop here and really enforce yourself.
Theo with the kickoff. Amir Buffalo breaking another tackle and making it out to the 31-yard line.
Back to what you said, Aaron, when he ran in for a touchdown. He has improved a lot since the beginning, since that Valley game. And the last 2 weeks, he has had 0 turnovers and big 1st down plays, rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns. He's done it all. He also had a comeback touchdown that took Hills to overtime.
Yeah.
So yeah,
what
he has
a huge
improved.
drive last week.
He has improved. His running game is obviously great. He's very shifty, maneuvers around every defender. You see him, and then once he gets out of that, breaks it through that hole, you can't catch up because he's very fast.
Motion in the back. Hunt hands it off to Amir Buffalo, who took the kick return, and he's able to break a tackle and makes it out to the 34. Let's see if you can hear me a little. Having a bit of a coughing fit over here, but I'll make it through. I'll power through.
Well, it's an outdoor booth, Luca, so we can't blame you. Who knows what's in the air? So. Always susceptible to allergies this time of year.
Well, luckily today is not as cold as last week.
Yeah, a lot warmer.
Yeah, last week was freezing. I could barely feel my fingers. This week it's a little bit cooler, so easier.
Hunt with a bit of complexity on the handoff takes it for himself and ends up getting to about the 40.
So before it's easier for these players to, take a breather and not have to freeze.
Well, guys, as PCTI picks up the 1st down here, going to be important for Wayne Hills to, kind of not let them extend the drive. You want to stop it right here, on this set of downs because, you let PCTI get into a little bit of rhythm, and that's where, they're prone to letting up big plays. So got to get a stop here.
Devon Virgil taking his hand off, and he breaks on through, making it past the 50. Excuse me, that was Ramir McGraw on the handoff. Let's look at the replay there.
Yeah, McGraw just so shifty in there, guys, and then look at him. He just bounces off tackles like it's nothing. He's again not the biggest guy, but quick and tough, and that's always a lethal combination in the backfield and a tough one for a defense to stop.
And bouncing there between defenders like a pinball in the machine. Abalevsky back under center. Hands off to McGraw. He makes it maybe to the 45-yard line.
This team needs to get better at making those tackles, because if they let him up, they have easy holes for him to go through, and if he's just one move, he's out. He's out to the end zone. So they got to be careful and, you know, get to the man and tackle him.
Zabalewski staying back there. Takes a handoff, looking to throw, and it is over the head of McGuire.
Yeah, looks like Bolevsky just rushed it, guys. You know, he had a lot of time. Wasn't really any pressure coming from the Wayne Hills defense, and you know, just kind of overshot his guy. So now third down and 5. You know, huge play coming up here for the Patriots. Get a stop here. You know, force the Bulldogs to punt. Take over. You know, around your own 30. I mean, that would be huge for you, because then you got the clock in your favor. About 5 minutes left. You would have a lot of things going for you. Up a score at home. If you can get a stop in this play, let's see if they can do it.
Defense moving around. Motion from the offense. Handoff is faked. And now Hunt takes the run to about the 40.
Didn't look like he got it, though.
It looks like he came but just a bit short. Dan Daly, one of those one of the players against and that linebacker crew, they can tackle.
Dan Daly, they call him Dan the Man for a reason. An incredible defensive player here. And there we see the student section now, all pinked out.
In full force.
And now whistles are being blown. Looks like a timeout called by PCT.
Well, guys, 4th down and 1. You know, I mean, this is pretty much the climax, you know, of the game so far. 4th down and 1, most important play of the game here. You know, get a stop here, get the ball back around your own 40. Excellent field position to be starting a drive, especially with under 5 minutes to go. You can take your time. You know, you can get a little bit creative here. And a stop puts PCTI in a bad position, because they'll be down a score on the road, and you know, having a dent to get a stop when you've scored on the previous drive. So I mean, huge play coming up here for both sides, and for PCTI, if they're able to get this, you know, we know how dangerous they can be, you know, around the red zone with that run attack. So again, crucial for both teams here. Wayne Hills needing a stop, PCTI needing just a little bit over a yard to keep this drive going and give them some, you know, a confidence booster.
Absolutely right. I couldn't say it better myself.
And Dan Daly took him down just short, 4th and 1. And he breaks through the hole. A first down for PCTI, and he's still going. He's got even more. And he spun. He tries to make a spin move, but he spun out and tackled down, and he's in the red zone.
If you don't close that gap, he's going to run it to the end zone, as he almost did there. Good job for Hills to pursue him and tackle him, but like I said before, you got to close those holes, because then he's gonna take it. With one big move, he's out.
Yeah, exactly. As a one big move and a bounce to the outside, and Jaden Hunt showing his ability to fly up the field. I mean, he was gone. You're right. And now the Patriots have, you know, they got to play defense here, you know, backed up again.
And Hunt fakes the handoff, but is taken down. Running into, I believe, Nick Lucarello.
Tackled by number 81, Jake Rojan.
They ran it all last week in the second half against West Orange, but
now PCTI in the red zone now, looking to capitalize and equalize this game. Down a score, 3:48 left in the half. Run taken by McGraw and is stopped within the 5-yard line. And that brings it now to 3rd down and about 5 yards.
Well, 3rd down and short here, guys. Patriots defense is down to stand tall. I mean, we talked about it last week. When Ramapo had the ball, near their end zone, we talked about bend, don't break. They let up 6, and, that hurt them. So, I mean, if you can give up 3 instead of 6, again, much better for your defense. You'll take over with about 3 minutes left. You'll take that if you're Coach Demikoff.
And hand it off. Did he get through? I think he might have been down at the 1. No, they call it a touchdown. Ramir McGraw makes it into the end zone, putting up 6 points on the board.
And there's the other half, guys, of that electric run game for the Bulldogs. McGraw broke a big one earlier, and now he takes it in. I mean, you've seen all night. I mean, how electric he is, and just such a problem. He's gonna be a pest in the Wayne Hills defense.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back. This is setting up to become a back-to-back game. We like to see that. The best team comes on top. So whoever wants it more is definitely going to win this game. So tied, 3 minutes remaining. See if Hills can call up a play and try to push it down the field and get a touchdown or a field goal.
And the point attempt was up and good. Pcti able to tie this game up at 14. We saw Jack Woodard, one of Wayne Hills' offensive and defensive linemen, come in for the first time last play. And we saw, I believe it was Dan Gerard, coming off with a bit of a limp in his step. Potentially will be back to the game. Didn't look like too much. Still standing up on the sidelines. And now the kickoff is set. Now from the left side to the left side. And the run taken out to about the 45-yard line. That's Dan Daly on the run. Let's look at the replay of that. Sending it away. Daly picks it up.
Yeah, guys, absolutely fantastic field position for the Patriots. Near midfield, under 3 minutes to go, just under, with 2:57. I mean, 2-minute drill, 3-minute drill now. You got 57 extra seconds to work with. Gotta make something happen here before halftime.
Not many people realize the speed that Dan Daly has, but he sure does got it, and he uses it. Handed off to Bertovsky, another man with speed. Makes it to about the 47-yard line.
I was going to say, Dan Daly had a pretty good.
And let's look at the replay of the run.
Pcti just stuffing him there. Less than a yard on the carry. So, again, this big defensive line for the Bulldogs has done a pretty good job. They allowed the big run by Santa, and Bertovsky has been solid, but for the most part, they've done a pretty good job of limiting big plays.
Xavier Belton on the stop for that last play. Santa hands off to Bertovsky. Bertovsky breaks through the offensive line and is taken down by number 34, Jimmy Argresta.
Before we called to replay, I was saying Dan Daly had a pretty decent return. Short kick, got the ball, saw that the left side of the field was wide open, cut over to the left side of the field, got some pretty good yards, and gave the Patriots good field position.
3rd down and 3. Let's see if they go through the air, guys, or they T-pounded it on the ground with either Santa or Bertovsky. Interesting to see what they'll do here.
And Wayne Hills now in Bulldog territory. And the pass could have potentially been intercepted, but a bit out wide for Imperato. Let's go to the replay. And the pass just slipped right out of his hands. But again, it gets to the best of us. Not all of us are going to have perfect games. Not every pass is going to be caught. Not every run is going to be executed perfectly. But now Wayne Hills with their first punt of this game.
you're right, Luke. We're only human, but on a third down drive like that, you have to catch the ball. You know, you just cost up a touchdown. You know, you could have had the first down and drive down the field. Now you have to punt.
Ryan DiEugenio with a high spinning punt. And it's a great bounce there. And it is downed on the 11. Ryan DiEugenio with a great punt there. Dane Gerard able to down it.
Well, that's an excellent punt by DiEugenio, who, you know, I mean, it's kind of flies under the radar. I mean, he's a really, really good punter. And, you know, especially on that one, pinning Pcti, you know, at their own 11-yard line. You got to drive, 89 yards now for a score. Wayne Hills, a minute 27 to go. I did a stop here. Go into the locker room, knowing that you didn't give up anything, and you broke even in the first half. Tie game, it's going to be huge for them to get a stop here. And if PCTI scores here before half, again, just like in the Ramapo game, it's going to be a backbreaker for this defense and this Wayne Hills team. So big time possession on defense here for the Patriots. Got to get it done.
Walewski in the back. Hands it off. After Amir McGraw making it to about the 19-yard line.
I mean, if this defense to get some big stops, they have momentum going into the second half because PCI gets the ball back, and if they stop them there in the second half, then Hills can potentially get the ball back and lead in the second half.
PCTI making a few subs there. Breaking the huddle. McGraw on the backfield. Jaheim McGuire on the outside. Hand it off. McGraw. McGraw makes it through to about the 25-yard line. And is able to get the first down.
Clock's rolling. PCTI doesn't seem to hurry up. Looks like they might just.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to play it safe here, guys, and going to the locker room, Again, on the road, tie games. I mean, you played well in the first half. They'll take it, and it looks like they're going to go in to the locker room knowing that, they've played well so far on the road, 14-14.
They're going to settle for the tie, knowing that they get the ball back in the second half.
It seems like they got the same game plan in mind like Wayne Hills. Looking to go into the locker room with it safely at 14-14. The first half ends. Teams coming off the field, but both putting up a great fight and playing a great game so far. Isaiah, what would you have to say about the performance?
Performances have been pretty well. Beginning, offense got it rolling, got 2 touchdowns. Great play by Mike Adesanya to get it to Christian Pantalillo for, I believe, like a 30-yard gain. Also, great run by Christian Bukowski, getting it loose. Good job by the special team. Now the defense has to improve a bit more. They let up 2 touchdowns against PCTI. It's understandable. Some defense slip up a bit, but if you want to win this game, you gotta toughen up and get to the quarterback.
Well, a lot to digest, guys, from that first half. I mean, penalties on both sides. It's mostly been Wayne Hills who have been hurting themselves. They haven't done a very good job stopping the run. They've let big plays get to them. McGraw and Hunt have been absolutely phenomenal in the first half, a touchdown apiece for them. But then on the offensive side of the ball, they've done a good job. Cassius Sands has done a good job leading the offense, whether it's been through the air, going through his progression, going through his reads, Isaiah. We talked about that. That's important for him, to not panic. Dean Imperato dropping one that he probably should have caught there. At the end of the first half, and then with his legs as well. I mean, he's been dynamic. Another touchdown run here tonight. I think you can look at it from 2 ways if you're Wayne Hills. I mean, you can look at it, this is a tough PCTI team that's won 3 in a row. They're hot. Their tailback and Jade and Hunt are both extremely dynamic on the ground. You've done an okay job containing them. I wouldn't call it a good job. Only giving up 2 scores to them and a half. Maybe you could call that a success, but, on the other side, I mean, you really got to step up where it counts. I mean, you had the ball, on their 2-yard line, and then, again, the penalties hurt you. You got backed up, and you had to bail yourself out there on a 3rd down and 20. So Wayne Hills is going to do a little bit better of a job, with discipline in the second half, not as many penalties, and, they got to step up stopping, that tandem of Hunt and McGraw.
going to go back to Mike Adesanya, has improved as a pocket passer, as you saw there, with the 30-yard gain to pass to Chris Montalillo. And, you know, also we already know he's a great runner. He can run it. You showed there, go with rushing touchdown, and has limited his mistakes. No turnovers in the last 2 games. So that's pretty big.
That's huge.
When your quarterback doesn't turn over the ball, that gives your offense momentum. And, you know, you limit the mistakes. Once again, penalties is a big issue, so they have to cut that down and make adjustments in the second half.
And his pocket game looking pretty great so far. And one thing about this defense now, the run defense really has to pick things up. As I would say, Ramir McGraw, the star of this PCTI football team, last week against West Orange, had 21 rushes and went for 154 yards. This guy is an explosive runner, just an incredible player, always getting stuff done, and is the leading reason why this offense is getting the points that they do in the games that they win. And now, with the score 14-14 at halftime, we will be back with the second half of this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us introduce the Patriot Marching Band. They are 67 musicians strong, along with a color guard of 10, under the direction of Matt Paterno. Our band officers, drum majors Logan Espartinez and Alex Vallarta, drum captain Tara Bilto, drum lieutenant James Thompson, guard captain Jihoon Paik, guard lieutenant Sonia Reyes, president Ricky Wallard, vice president Josie Van Putten Fink, secretary Lorelei Thompson, publicity officer Paul Garofano, recruiting officer Rachel Hahn, equipment managers Chris Ayala Belito, Ryan D'Amico, Aiden LaRusso, and Ethan Thompson, librarians Juliana D'Amico, Melissa Herring, June Pink, Dariana Yoshenko, uniform manager Jason Cole, rookie representative Tyler Weinman. Their field repertoire Spellbound, Curiosity and the Cat, Magical Mayhem, Anxious Apprentice, and Lessons Learned. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wayne Hills Patriot Marching Band. and gentlemen, an appropriate standing round of applause is in order for the Patriot Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Patriot cheerleaders. And ladies and gentlemen, another appropriate round of applause is in order for the Patriot cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, there is $355 in tonight's 50-50 rally raffle. And the winning number is 968456. 968456.
She's going to open the ball, I'll say that. There's no like straight road that's easy. I used to hate that trip. You know, my son went to college, and I was like 3 hours I had to drive. You guys know it's a lineman that went to six, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, prior to the start of the second half, let us take a few moments to return to those days of yesteryear in the annals of Wayne Hills football history. 17 years ago this week, the fall of 2002, a tight end roamed the gridirons of the old NBIL. The venue was Fairlawn, and after trailing the Cutters 28-7, Greg Olson puts on a dominating two-way performance as the Patriots come roaring back to remain unbeaten with a 45-28 triumph. Wayne Hills will go on to a 12-0 season, securing the first state championship in school history under the reign of Chris Olson. A special thanks to Patriot coach Pat the Stat Cosgrove for this look back in Wayne Hills football history. Thank you, Pat.
And we are back now covering the second half. At the end of the first half, the game ended up tied 14-14. And both teams also with exactly 164 rushing yards. Very rare for both teams. It was 164 all-purpose yards for the game. A lot of stats that we got to cover. Aaron, what do you say the performance was from this Wayne Hills offense?
Well, Luca, Wayne Hills did a really good job of kind of neutralizing that PCTI defense. You saw Brutovsky and Tasasanta, break runs. Brutovsky did a solid job. Tasasanta broke a big one for a touchdown. And he's done a good job through the air as well. 4 for 5, 96 yards and a touchdown. And adding that touchdown on the ground as well. I mean, he's looked very good so far. And the offense has gotten into a little bit of a groove. A couple mistakes here and there with the penalties and some drop balls. But for the most part, Luca, I think they've done pretty well for themselves. And it's all going to be about here in a tie game. It's going to be about who jumps the gun first, who comes out with more energy. Who's looking to score first, pretty much. I mean, if this Wayne Hills offense comes out on their first drive and they put together a long drive and punch in, I mean, that's going to be tough for PCTI to beat. I mean, it's going to be tough for them to respond to that. But, Wayne Hills gets a quick 3 and out, and PCTI gets the momentum, especially after getting a stop there, before halftime. It's really going to be tough for Wayne Hills, to stop their offense, which has been electric.
From the visual aspect, Mike Adesanya looks pretty comfortable tonight in the pocket. Offensive line is giving him a bit of time to look at his reads and find open wide receivers, and that's why I think why they've been successful. Being able to stay in the pocket, not having to maneuver around and trying to make a big play. He stands in the pocket, looks for wide receiver, explaining why he had that big pass to Christian Pantalito in the first quarter, leading up for a touchdown. And I feel like this offense is just. They kind of found it. They kind of found it. They're in there. They figured it out a bit. And as for this defense, they have to improve to get a big stop here, and give this offense back the ball.
Well, Wayne Hills is going to receive the opening, kickoff the second half here, guys. Luca, sorry to step on you, but just real quick. I mean, you got to get something going here early in the drive. You don't want to again have yourself backed up and have to bail yourself out on a 3rd and long that they did early in the game.
Wayne Hills receiving with Dean and Parado back there. Abunasif sends it flying off the ground. Takes a great bounce for Hills, who's positioned on their own 41. Pretty good start for field position here. On their own 41, looking pretty good. Kick didn't go too far.
Sorry again to step on you, but I don't really understand, the kick there. I mean, kind of just, a line shot, and, again, giving Wayne Hills the ball to start their drive on their own 40 is definitely not what you want if you're the Bulldogs.
Squib kickoff there, didn't get too far. Now Rutovsky getting to the outside with a 4-yard run there.
Again, guys, Brutovsky's been solid tonight. He's given, the Patriots some length there in the backfield. He's a guy who can, kind of give you a lot of, length as well. He doesn't come out much. He's a guy who has a lot of pursuit when he runs, a lot of power for a smaller guy, and, he's good for 4 or 5 yards pretty much every time.
Santa handing it off to Brutovsky, who was immediately taken down. Nearly fumbled the ball there. But taken down for a loss of yards by Jasir Burgess.
Now another 3rd down. Now we've seen this Wayne Hills Patriots score a touchdown from 3rd and 20. Now it's only 3rd and 5, only 5 yards. So I'm predicting a passing play here with Mike Adesanya, or either he can run it with his legs.
Well, they got 4 guys split out, Isaiah. Let's see what they do.
Santa's got some options here. Still on the run. Takes the shorter pass option, but the pass is bobbled. That's Dean and Parado again dropping the pass.
And guys, just really good execution there, on the play. Santa rolling to his left. The defender came away from Parado and was trying to get to Santa before he did the pass off. He was patient. Good ball to Parado. Again, another drop. Got to make those catches. And, I'm sure he's upset with himself on the sideline. Imperato usually, you know, a reliable target here, and that's 2 drops now in a span of 5 minutes.
And Jaheim McGuire back to receive DiArgenio's punt. Late snap. Send way high. Falls a bit short. Takes a bounce. And Wayne Hills downing it at approximately the 32-yard line.
Aaron, I agree with what you said earlier. You know, extending the play from Mike Alessandro to, you know, try to get an open receiver. Almost had Imperato. He did have Imperato just drop ball. And, you know, going to replay now.
Almost hit Brunetti like it did in the first Valley game.
And now for these wide receivers, we've seen a lot of drop passes in the last 2 weeks. Last week, drop pass by, I believe, Brunetti to get a first down. And this week, Imperato with 2 drop passes.
Snap taken, handed off to McGraw. As pushed out of bounds. And maybe the 41-yard line.
I mean, McGraw's just a tough runner, guys. He just won't go down. I mean, this kid's got a lot of fight in him. You know, about 5'7", 160. This kid runs with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, and this Wayne Hills defense is having a tough time of bringing him down. And obviously, that's going to cause some problems when he's got, you know, that elite speed that he can use when he gets to the outside.
Huddle is broken. Devon Virgil out wide on the left. Jaden Hunt out on the right. McGraw again, taking the right side, does a spin move, but isn't able to get too far. Looks maybe about a yard or 2 short of the first down.
Tackled by number 79.
Did you give it to him? Yep.
First down, Bulldogs.
Cheater. Does a nice job of once again going forward. They just moved the chains, gave it a first down, John. So great.
So guys, here's, you know, a big point in the drive for Wayne Hills. You know, Pcti driving, you know, got it near your 40. I mean, you know, near their own 40. This is the point where you got to stand tall here and force them to punt. Can't let them extend the drive.
And another handoff. It appeared they called the last play a first down.
Jake Rojan on the tackle.
Jake Rojan making the tackle there. Holding McGraw to about 2 yards on that play.
2nd and 8.
Koski was at the sidelines, but comes back to the field with Jordan Pusey. Jaheim McGuire now back in as well.
Looks like they're just going to keep pounding it with McGraw, guys.
Faking the handoff to McGraw this time. That's a long ball back there and just out of the reach of Devon Virgil.
Wow.
Let's look at the replay for that pass. Letting it fly and just ever so slightly out of the reach of Virgil there.
Yeah, you know, on that play, 2nd down and 8, I thought they were going to, you know, pound it up the middle once again, try and get a 3rd and short situation. You take the shot deep there, you miss. Now you got 3rd down and 8. I mean, that's a tough spot to be in. If Wayne Hills, you know, this is a favorable spot for them, though. You know, just don't give up 8 yards here and you get the ball back. So, big time spot here for this defense.
3rd and 8. Snap taken. Looking to pass. Nearly taken down, but it's still on the run. And does end up getting off the pass. But it will be short. And it will be 4th down for Passaic County Tech.
Good job by Hunt, just avoiding a tackle from, I believe, I think it was Nick Lucarello.
Now let's take a look at Nick Lucarello.
Yeah, and you see,
Running
guys,
after him, got a hand on him, but couldn't get him down.
yeah, Bolevsky just, again, like you said, Luca, good job of getting away from Lucarello there, a guy who, you know, is really good at getting to the quarterback in the backfield. I mean, a guy, again, we talked about pursuit. That's the guy who plays with the definition of pursuit. I mean, he just doesn't give up. So good job by Bolevsky.
just evading so many tackles, but couldn't quite get to the first down. And looked like Imperato took a tumble there.
Yeah, rough start to the half for Dean Imperato, but
Yeah.
a guy who's an excellent two-way player. You know, we've got faith, guys, that he'll get it together, but, you know, a drop pass, second of the game, and now stumbling on the return, not the greatest starts, but, you know, a kid, you know, you talk to him today, you know, Luca, and he's just a kid, you know, who doesn't get too down on himself, very resilient. Again, like we said, an excellent two-way player, you know, in that Wayne Hills secondary, as well as, you know, being a target for Mike Casasanta. So
Now with his offense coming out, you've seen that Mike Casasanta has played improved well, great in the pocket. He's thrown some pretty decently well thrown balls, and some of these and Dean Imperato, one of these wide receivers that has dropped them, and these wide receivers have to get together, be able to catch, because those are the catches that get you those first down, and, you know, move the chains and give you a chance to, you know, drive down the field and score a touchdown. And, you know, they have to catch it. And, you know, also got to mention Maston, not in the game, hasn't been in the game so far. You know, so the depth in wide receiver has gone down a bit. So, you know, they're trying to find a replacement for Maston, who's also reliable for Mike. Mike loves to throw to Maston over the middle, and, you know, they have to find a solution to these problems.
A bit of an odd setup here. AJ Conti in, Arlen Nasufi in. Headed off to Bertowski, getting to the outside. Trying to get out about past the 10-yard line. Just trying to get out or get away from their own end zone.
Well, Wayne Hills, guys, is backed up here, you know, inside your own 10-yard line, a little bit beyond it at the 11 right now. You know, second down and maybe 9. I mean, a tough spot to be if you're Wayne Hills, and you got to be resilient here on this drive. Tie game, you know, 7 minutes left. A score here would be huge, especially if you can make it, you know, a long drive. Burn 4 or 5 minutes off the clock here.
Santa looking to pass. Gets off a quick throw. Was it a catch? And they do rule the pass complete. Imperato making the catch. Looking to potentially recover from the few mishaps he's had. Let's take a look at the pass.
You see a defender just right in his face and able to pass it to Imperato and makes a great catch.
A great last-minute catch there just before it hit the ground.
You know, also Mike has improved that from getting away and making smart decision against defenders.
And now Bertowski takes a pretty great run, gaining about 4 or 5 yards there.
Well, guys, I think Wayne Hills has been setting, you know, the tone on this drive with the run, and they've been doing that all season. But you see Casasanta's been able to keep, you know, a healthy diet of passes, and, you know, we've talked about it today. He's improved in that department. So set the tone with the run, and then let Casasanta air it out a couple times.
As you said, Casasanta airing it out. That's Dean Imperato with another catch. And a block there from Christian Pontalillo to help him out and get him a bit of insurance yards. Let's look at the replay. You see him make the catch, Pontalillo with the block there. And Jaden Hunt had to come rushing after him, heading off the lineman that he was on prior.
Well, you know, guys, Imperato, you know, getting some momentum now after a rough start to the half. I mean, they're going to look to target him a lot. You know, Jade did, you know, try to get his confidence back here, and, you know, 2 straight targets, 2 straight catches, off to a good start.
Motion now again from Bertowski on the outside as an additional pass play, but Casasanta takes a run to a gain of a few.
He almost had it there, just got tripped up and fell around the 40-yard line.
Second and 5 now for Wayne Hills. 6:12 left on the clock. The score still 14-14. Hills looking to change that now. Another pass to the side out to Imperato, who might have broken the first down. And they do call it a first down.
Tough spots. Don't think plays, think players. So it's quarterback dominated right now.
And guys, if you're the Bulldogs, can't let the Patriots keep this momentum up. 3 straight first downs to begin this drive, and they're doing a good job of burning time and executing, at the same time.
Casasanta on the run, looking to throw. He does, and that's Dean Imperato. Great catch there on the run. Recovering for himself now. Few mishaps he's made, and he's bounced right back up, and he's on top of his game yet again.
Good job, offensive line giving Casasanta some time to throw, and he goes out to the right, finds Imperato open. If Imperato didn't step out of bounds, he probably would have got a touchdown if he just kept running straight.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Isaiah, time in the pocket for Casasanta to roll out. Excellent throw to Imperato.
Faking the handoff to Bertowski. No, he does give the handoff to Bertowski.
On the carry.
Fooled me. Definitely some plays that fooled us and the crowd and even our cameramen last week against Ramapo. Some incredible fakes here from these Wayne Hills team.
Guys, good drive so far, for the Patriots. Again, a nice run there by Bertowski, and they've done a really good job of Mezza the run of the pass here, doing a good job executing.
Bertowski takes it now again, going to the right, still going after breaking a tackle. And is taken down. That's by number 26, Cameron Bascom. Now let's take a look at that run again. Taking it to the right. Gets away from Zaki Jenkins. And then Bascom there to take him down.
So if you're Wayne Hills here,
set up on the right now.
If you're Wayne Hills, guys, this is where you got to execute, down, near the red zone inside your own 20. I mean, last time they got it down to the 2-yard line. We've said it. This time they've got to punch it in here.
Bertowski taking it out again to the right, is able to break another tackle and is taken down by number 6, Isaiah Brown and Jaden Hunt.
Bertowski running hard, not making sure he doesn't go down and try to get that extra yardage.
Guys, I wouldn't be surprised, after Casasanta's, nice throw over to Imperato. He, like you said, Isaiah, looks extremely comfortable in the pocket, and such a change from the beginning of the season, like we've talked about. He looks so much more comfortable. Wouldn't be surprised here if Wayne Hills took a shot through the air with Casasanta, try and score right here.
Set up on the right again. Fakes the handoff to Bertowski. Casasanta ran right behind him and make it out to the 11-yard line.
There you go, showing that this offense can do many things. They can run it, hand it off to Bertowski. They can run it with Cass, or they can have him run out of pocket, throw it, or stay in the pocket and throw it. This team has really found many ways to, to pass the ball and run the ball and try to score.
Well, Isaiah, they've done a really good job of that on this drive, like you said, and such an efficient drive for them. Can't let it stall here. 3rd down and 2, gotta convert here. Can't let the drive end.
And Bertowski pushing through with the help of some extra linemen, is able to get some extra yardage, and he dives into the end zone for a Wayne Hills touchdown.
There's a flag thrown there, but
the replay there. Taking the run out to the right. Sharif Udatala and Arlen Nasufi coming in for some extra offensive line help.
Yeah, but
getting some great blocks there.
Yeah, but guys, that
and they called it back.
Yeah, another penalty mark is going to negate another touchdown run. Just unbelievable at this point. I mean, almost the same look, Bertowski running to the right. I mean, able to break the plane for a second time, and another penalty is going to take away points off the board for the Patriots. An absolute killer. And Coach Demikoff, I mean, he's got to be screaming inside his head right now. I mean, 2 potential scores have been wiped off the board here, guys. I mean, just they were able to convert, on their first drive again with the Imperato screen pass, but that's not going to happen every time. And if they're not able to get 6 here, it's gonna be huge down the stretch. As we've seen, Pcti has been able to keep up with them. So again, I mean, the killers, for Wayne Hills have just been penalties all night. I mean, they've played a pretty sloppy game, and they're lucky that their offense, has been good enough tonight to, elevate them to the point where they are in a competitive game because, with most other teams, it wouldn't be.
Now as it went from 3rd and 1, now to 3rd and 11, extra receivers coming in. Mike Casasanta was looking for someone and now finds an open hole to run through, and he gets past it and goes for the first down.
And it's those 3rd down plays where this team really shines and they make some creative, they make some pretty good calls and create great plays, and they get the first down as shown there.
Quarterbacks that when everything else breaks down, they can make a big play here and knows where he has to get and push the ball out.
The receivers come out. Pontalillo and Imperato now set on the right. Bertovsky back in again now in the backfield. Shot from Grosjean. And now flags.
Some movement.
And there's an offside call on Hills.
Unbelievable.
I mean, they've been good with the mistakes since up until this part of the game. In the second half, they started out good with no penalties. They were driving down the field. Now 2 penalties back to back, and it's just it's unfortunate.
I mean, Casasanta after a penalty gets to a first down and then another penalty, like not even before the snap.
And back to square one. Let's see if he could do it again. Trying to find somewhere to go. We can't barrel through the defensive line of the Bulldogs. Xavier Bolton on the tackle there. Wayne Hills back again at square one on the 15-yard line. 2nd and 15, 2 minutes, 43 seconds left on the clock. Santa gives it to Bertovsky. Bertovsky with an open route and runs right into number 34, Jimmy Agresta.
Good run by Bertovsky, giving them better field position, to complete, a 3rd down that's, closer to the end zone. Now, once again, it's 3rd down. We've seen it before. This offense has completed to get a first down with some spectacular plays. They see if they can do this here, especially now since it's very crucial. We're on almost under 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter, and you need a touchdown.
And now we see Noah Abita in the backfield. And more flags now, but it looks like it's a flag on PCTI this time.
Yep.
Finally, this Hills team gets a break, from all the penalties that have been called on them. Now it's finally on PCTI. Gives them a better chance.
That's huge, guys. It would have been 3rd down and goal from the 10. Now it's much more manageable. 3rd down and goal from the 5. I mean, now you have a lot more flexibility. If you want to run it with Casasanta, you can. You want to run it with Bertovsky, you can. You want to take a shot, you want to pass, you can. At the 10, 10 yards to go, you only have one play to do it. 5 yards, cut that margin in half. Much more manageable here for Casasanta and the offense. Let's see what they do.
And after that penalty, Bertovsky back there again, taking the handoff. Casasanta trying to run, but coming from behind him is number 12, Christopher McFadden. Excuse me, that was number 13, Entre Dixon, there on the tackle.
So they'll settle for 3 guys, but in Wayne Demikov's head, that's kind of a wasted drive because you finally get a break after killing yourselves with penalties. 3rd down and 5, or 3rd and goal from the 5, not able to punch it in. Always disappointing, but Theo, a great kicker, most likely going to get the Patriots 3 points here and put them up late in the 3rd.
Taking it from 24 yards. It is up and soars right through. Dead center field goal, bringing Hill's lead up to 3, 17-14 with 44.1 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
And just going back.
As you were saying there, Aaron, Jordan Thiel, an incredible kicker, hasn't kicked too many field goals as of late, but missed an extra point against Ramapo and missed one against Passaic Valley. Last year, only ended up missing one. Was a 2nd-team all-county kicker. Just an incredible player and an incredible asset to this Wayne Hills team.
going back to that drive. They started off pretty well. No mistakes. Got first downs. Right Series caught the ball. Dean Pareto improved and have, got better from those two drop passes. Then they got into the 20, got a touchdown, called back because of penalty, and they got another first down, and then it was called back for another penalty. Lost yardage, then they gained yardage, and then they were unable to score. Just, even though you scored a field goal, you almost had a touchdown. So that's just, you gotta fix that problem with the penalties, limiting your mistakes.
Buffalo back there with Brown. Good kick, takes a bounce. Brown has it. And still running. Makes it to the 27, 28-yard line.
Well, guys, that previous drive was another big one for Wayne Hills. 15 plays, 87 yards, ate up a lot of clock. Excellent job there, from Wayne Hills. Again, the penalties continue to come in, but at the end of the day, you got 3 points, and you take the lead late in the third. A win and a loss at the same time, but again, you chewed up a ton of clock, 15 plays. You executed a lot of them well, about 90% of them well. 87-yard drive is tough to do. We were talking about it when they were pinned. It's going to be tough to get out of the position, and they did, and they put 3 on the board, and now their defense has got to come up with a big stop and, hold this PCTI offense.
Taking the snap is Hunt now. And making it out to the 31-yard line.
It's a good job by this defensive front, closing the gaps. Like I said earlier, they need to close the gaps, limit the big runs.
It appears there's a Bulldogs player down. Can't quite see who it is. As the medics are around him. Looks like it's a leg injury, maybe a bit of cramping. He'll stretch his leg out.
With the sport of football, these things are going to happen. You've seen them many times in this season. Last week against Ramapo, against Valley with Jack Woodard, against Fairlawn with one of their players. They went down. Just, with the game of football, you're going to see a lot of injury. It comes with the sport, but you got to be ready for it. You got to play through it and, live through the good moments, And,
especially, Isaiah, how tough, these PCTI players run. They run with a lot of heart and passion. And, when you run that, when you run that tough, it's going to happen.
And as they are still holding around this Bulldogs player, he ends up getting up. It was Jade and Hunt. And able to walk on his own accords, but limping very, very heavily off to the sideline.
What's kind of bad, guys, that's a big blow for PCTI because they really like to use Hunt. Well, as now he's trying to jog off, but they liked using him in that set where he takes the direct snap and he's so electric on the ground. If you lose him, you're going to have to rely, on McGraw even more to put the team on his back. It's going to be tough. They kind of have almost a one-dimensional offense. They run the ball a lot with those two guys, and Wayne Hills has done a decent job at stopping it, but losing one of those guys right now, in the midst of a game where you're only down by 3 would be a big blow.
But they do have the second option of going to Gabe Rolewski, and it is the end of the third quarter. Wayne Hills up 17-14, and it looks like Rolewski will be staying in.
Last week you saw it against Ramapo, losing their starting quarterback, having their backup in. Defense was able to control the Ramapo offense for a bit, but then let a touchdown for Ramapo to score and go up in the fourth. And now this defense will see what they can do, see if they can adjust, and see if they can, use this as an advantage for themselves and, to get big stops.
You see the cheerleaders down on the sideline. Right before this final quarter gets started.
Yeah, and Isaiah, you bring up a great point. When DePrimo went down last week, Valvano initially struggled, but then, he kind of came into his own. The senior, he knew his way around that offense, and, he ended up making some big plays. But, with Hunt potentially out of this one, Wayne Hills has got to capitalize on his absence.
Now looking to throw is Bolevsky. A long pass, and it is intercepted by Wayne Hills. Going down to the 50, now to the 40, and is down at the 35-yard line.
And that's 3 straight games for Hills with turnovers. Turnovers against Passaic Valley. You saw 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries. Against Ramapo last week, a fumble recovery, and against this PCTI team, an interception. Just all around great by this defense. Even though, they've struggled a bit, they've, come up with a big steal.
That's Dean Imperato there with the interception. Had a few mishaps, but he's definitely bounced back and has been able to show his skills so far. And it looks like he may be taking that turnover belt from Abita, like you mentioned, Isaiah, last week, or a few weeks ago against Passaic Valley. Bertovsky running to the outside. Casasanta running to the outside. Might have broken the first down there.
Well, guys, Wayne Hills gets a big turnover there. You're up 3, and I think they're going to have, a similar drive to last time. Last time they were pinned deep. This time you start, in PCTI territory on their own 35, much nicer. But, again, they're going to look to, ground and pound, waste some time here, and eventually when they get close, I think they're going to go all out and try to put this one away.
And now flags are thrown.
And Casasanta pumped his fist. And he knew it was on PCTI. They got him to jump.
Wayne Hills being assisted now by these penalties, getting them to this the 21-yard line. Motion from Bertovsky, moving out to the left. Now Casasanta running. And coming after him is number 34, Jamia Gresta, and number 13, Jahan McGuire.
Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8.
With 2 back-to-back running plays, I'm going to predict the passing play coming up here. 2 our receivers lining up to the right of the field.
Second down and that, Isaiah, might be a good spot to take a shot.
And long for Bertovsky. He gets through the hole and makes it into the red zone. Guys, Wayne Hills looking to capitalize again, put another 6 points up on the board and increase their lead to 9.
Well, Isaiah, I agreed with you. I mean, that might have been a good spot to let Casasanta, take a look at the end zone there, trying to make something happen for the air. But again, Wayne Hills sticking with the ground game. Bertovsky's been very good tonight, and just trying to chew up as much clock as possible.
Pass out to the side. That's Dean Imperato.
Getting very close.
Couldn't get too far as Christian Ponzolillo was trampled, and Dean Imperato ran into his own man.
Well, first down and goal here for the Patriots, guys. Important for them to punch in.
That's Bertovsky looking for another open hole, and he gets there, diving into the end zone. And this time, there aren't any flags on the field, and it is a Wayne Hills touchdown. Let's go to the replay. Just taking that run and the dive right through, breaking the plane. Getting 6 more points up on the board for Wayne Hills.
You just see them pound right through the middle like a bullet, like a speeding bullet. Just jump in to get into the end zone. So good job by Bertovsky.
Kick is up, and it is good.
They've just been excellent in extra points tonight. Last week missing one on their first touchdown, and now tonight perfect.
Guys, Wayne Hills did an excellent job of capitalizing on the field position that Dean gave him with the pick. Took over at the PCTI 35, 3 plays to get it done, and Rutowski, you know, I mean, again, I talked about it in the pregame. He's been absolutely, you know, phenomenal for this offense. I mean, he's just been a guy that you could plug in, and he's going to be reliable every game. You know, gives you a really good, you know, does a really good job on the ground. I mean, you know, provides flexibility in the backfield, and, you know, he finally gets rewarded here as, you know, his previous 2 runs when he got into the end zone were negated by flags, but finally Rutowski gets on the board. His first rushing touchdown of the night, 4th of the season, and Wayne Hills up 10 here, 9:13 to go. If they can hang on and, you know, get a stop here, it'll put them in a pretty good position to walk away with a W here at home.
And now Thiel, after his extra point, putting Wayne Hills up 10, 24-14, looking to send this one away. A squib kick there. It's a mere Buffalo, making it to the 29-yard line there.
I think that was his second touchdown. I think the first drive he scored on the right side of the field, on the right side, going in through cutting out and scoring a touchdown. So this will be his second reward of the night.
Go on the back, takes the handoff, tries breaking through up the middle, but can't find a way to get there, and is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1.
Well, you know, guys, again, huge defensive drive here for Wayne Hills. You know, if you force a 3 and out here, again, you'll get good field position, and you'll pretty much have the game in your hands. I mean, you force a 3 and out here, figure about 7.5 minutes to go, you got the ball in good field position, up 10. So it's crucial here for the Patriots to force a 3 and out from the Bulldogs.
Now going on the run. Bolevsky gets a pass off, and he's dragged out of bounds. That's number 11, Jaheim McGuire.
I mean, he was completely wide open. Corner was far back, but able to make the tackle and not allow him to get a big yard, a big passing gain.
Devon Virgil out wide. Looking to throw. And it's another pass to McGuire out on the right side.
And then just pressure coming from both sides and able to stay calm and make that pass and get a first down.
And
Good job.
Go. You know, Isaiah and Luca, finally some urgency out of this PCTI offense through the air. I mean, Bolevsky, you know, on consecutive plays now is dropping back. They're doing a good job of moving it through the air. You know, McGuire, 6'1", 170, a senior, a very reliable target for Bolevsky, and, you know, they're going to continue to throw it as, you know, time is against them. The clock's not their friend in this situation.
And another handoff. That's McGraw. Makes a breakthrough there. And is taken down by Noah Abita. But there is a flag on the field. Let's look at the replay there. Has a great run there. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another. Abita able to take him down, but the run called back off a Bulldogs holding penalty, leaving them on the Wayne Hills 49.
Well, that's a crushing blow for PCTI, guys. They had something going. You know, consecutive pass plays to McGuire. You know, you picked up significant yardage, and then, you know, McGraw breaks one for about 20 yards, and now a penalty moves you back to, a bit over midfield. And again, clock is not your friend here. They got to move quick.
Now taking the run there is Bolevsky, looking to find somewhere to pass, and spikes it.
Get number 11 wide open, running around the field, calling for the ball, but I guess he didn't see it.
Let's look at the replay there. Bolevsky continuously scrambling. Gets around one, around Nick Lucarello, another.
I mean, with the pressure coming at you, I guess, you can't look at the field all the time. You have to make sure you have to be aware of who's around you. So unable to read down the field and then that's to, spike it down on the turf.
.46 left on the clock. Bolevsky taking the snap, might run, and he's sacked! A big play there from Wayne Hills. That's number 52, Nick Lucarello, on the tackle right there.
Nick Lucarello, pretty sure that's his fifth sack of the season. He's just a sack monster, really. He's really one of the just big pieces of the defense.
Well, guys, with Hunt exiting the game, it's put a lot of pressure on Bolevsky. A guy who only had 11 passing yards in the first half is now being asked to, multiple plays in a row. You got to throw it, deep. 3rd down and 20, 3rd down and long. Not easy for a guy who doesn't throw a lot. So, with Hunt's absence, it's been really tough for PCTI, and now they got a 3rd down and long.
Bolevsky looking to pass. Finds a wide open Samik Clyburn.
Just what a catch, able to hold it in with one hand and stay in bounds.
And that was actually Alex Acevedo catching the pass there.
So it's 4th and down, and under 6 minutes left, they definitely have to go for it.
Yeah.
They're down by 10 points, and now just probably discussing with the coaches on what to run.
I mean,
on this play.
Despite it being 4th down and 20, Isaiah, this Wayne Hills offense has been operating. I mean, they've been able to chew up clock on multiple drives here. So if you punt it, you might not get the ball back. So PCTI pretty much forced to go for it here. 4th down and 20.
PCTI going for on 4th and 20. Lets it fly. Christian Pontalillo nearly able to catch the pass. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, a near disaster here, guys. You see Bolevsky, he's got some time in the pocket and a pretty good ball as well. Just a little short, and Pontalillo tips it in. I mean, look, if Virgil was able to catch that, how much of a disaster would that have been? Would have picked up about 30 yards through the air on, a potential interception. But luckily, Wayne Hills avoids a disastrous, play that would have extended the drive. And now up 10, 5:46 to go. Again, guys, this is the position that Wayne Hills has wanted to be in all game, in the driver's seat.
Now an official timeout is called.
He must be reviewing it if he caught it, but it hit the ground from what I've seen, and that should be Hill's ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a final score. Northern Highlands 17.
You can hear Mr. Mezzi mentioning Northern Highlands took down Wayne Valley in this game, 17-13. If Wayne Valley took a win in that game, they would have taken the #1 seed in the North 1 Group 3 playoff bracket. But taking a loss there will move them down, and already that loss alone increasing Wayne Hills' potential seeding and playoff chances for this North 1 Group 3.
After saying, even in the first half, I believe it was 184 to 184
Santa fakes the handoff and takes the ball for himself. Breaks the 50, and now he breaks the 40, and nearly gets to 30. Goes out of bounds at the 31, stopping the clock at 5:38. A great run there from Mike Casasanta.
I mean, that was a big play there. Smart, running away from pressure, but he ran out of bounds, and that stops the clock. You do not want to do that. You want to have the clock keep rolling to take away some time.
Yeah, and guys, you know, as much as Hills is in the driver's seat here, 5:38 to go, up 10. Got the ball in your opponent's territory. That doesn't mean you can just lie down. I mean, you know, you still got to execute here. I mean, you still got to put together a solid drive. Maybe, you know, top it off with another score just to finally put this one to bed for good. But, you know, Casasanta doing a good job again. I mean, he's just been electric the last 2 or 3 weeks on the ground. Just absolutely incredible.
And it looked like number 34, Jimmy Agresta, had jumped on the play.
Yeah, it'll be on Hills.
It's again penalties just affecting Wayne Hills and the momentum. Having great field position, now just push back a couple of yards. We've seen that all game, but still leading, surprisingly, because his offense has got together and scored some big touchdowns.
Added to that, Wayne Hills with an illegal procedure penalty. Griffithowski taking the run out to number 39. Let's take a look at the replay of that last play. And let's take a look at the replay.
Pick up of 1, 2nd and 14 on about the 38.
Trying to break through the hole, but Belton able to get to him.
Anywhere, anytime, they just love the game, they love the grind. And we talked about, we heard about the other running backs around here. This guy's put on the show here for all this is tough and picked up.
Faking the handoff at Casasanta. And he's still getting past the 30 and going out of bounds.
Once again, problem with going, actually, no, never mind. The clock keeps rolling. I guess he did not go out of bounds. Good job for him to stay in and, you know, keep the clock rolling and, you know, give this Hills offense time to settle and just run out the clock.
Well, guys, 3rd down and short, 3rd down and 4 here. So got to execute, like I said, you know. Got to keep the drive rolling here. Maybe, you know, if you get 3, break the 25, you know, give Theo a chance for a long field goal here. But, you know, ending the drive here still gives PCTI a little bit of daylight and a chance to come back.
Casasanta again faking the handoff. And it might be a 1st down. At least looks like it from up here.
Still haven't given it to him.
Now, yet another official timeout called as they take out the chains.
Yes, just want to make sure where the position of the ball is, see if they got the 1st down. Makes sense.
We're going to mark the ball exactly, guys. See if the nose of the ball got over the far chain, and it looks like it might have.
What's a little signaling that it's a 1st down.
Ooh. Inches short.
I mean, up by 10, under 3 minutes. I mean, under 4 minutes. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Here we go, guys. 4th and less than a yard to go. Wayne Hills.
And whistle's being blown again.
Really trying to figure out the exact placement of the ball here. The official ruling right now, guys, is 4th and inches, and if you're PCTI, I mean, again, tough to stop with Brutovsky being such a tough runner in the backfield, but if you stuff him here, 3:50 to go, if you can work a little bit of magic and score in maybe 2 minutes, you know, make it a 3-point game here, Not a lot of time left, but I mean, if you want a chance to hang around in this one late, you gotta stop Rutovsky here. Gotta stop Wayne Hills from pitching up, maybe a foot or two.
They could run over Pistolesi, but they can also have a QB sneak with Mike Catasana.
See what they do.
Buffed up lines from both teams.
Like I said, QB sneak to get the first down.
There you go.
There is Puntalito in the stance signaling the first down.
First down stops the clock, guys, but Wayne Hills keeps the drive rolling, and that's the most important thing. I mean, they're going to pound the ball, for downs 1, 2, and 3 of this drive. So, they stop the clock momentarily, and as they place the ball down, now the clock keeps on rolling. So, the most important thing, guys, is to just keep extending the drive. Don't give Pcti a break. Just keep pounding it all the way, and keep doing that until you come away with a W.
Santa running now to the outside, getting a few yards until he's taken down. Wayne Hills looking to get another potential score before this game ends to really put it away and conceal their win, bringing them to what they want as a 5-3 record and looking good for playoffs. And it may even potentially get them a first-round home game. That's been an audible called. Faking the handoff, a great fake there. Running to the left side and shoves down a man, but doesn't know where to go from there. Let's take a look at the replay.
Nice stiff arm from Santa there. And a nice move to, just kind of get back to even ground there. Just push back a little bit, but nonetheless, a nice run by Santa picks up a first down.
Good job of keeping the ball safe, not leading with the football in front, but the football, hugging the football to not cause a turnover. Smart by Mike Catasana.
Now, guys, as the clock hits under 2 minutes, I mean, Wayne Hills picks up another first down. You can pretty much wrap this one up.
Santa hands it off to Brodowski, trying to get through a hole, but can't. Pulls off a spin move, making it to the 2-yard line.
Great job by Brodowski and Catasana with perfect moves, stiff arms, spin moves, jukes. I've done it all tonight, and it's worked out perfectly for the Patriots.
Clock winding down, 1:13 left in this game. Hills up 24-14. And everybody, and they kneel on the ball.
Well, a classy move there by the Patriots. Have the ball on the 1-yard line, guys, but Coach Demikoff is going to be satisfied with a 10-point win instead of, scoring late with under a minute to go. Again, just a classy move, and Wayne Hills is going to walk away with a W here, guys. And after their winning streak was snapped against Ramapo, bounce back here at home, take down a tough PCTI team that gave you a run for your money in the first half. But Wayne Hills, guys, offensively and defensively did an excellent job in the second half. And again, they'll be 5-3 in about 20 seconds, and then they'll have, Indian Hills next week to look forward to before tuning up for the playoffs.
True. Now these Patriots are 4-0 at home, winning against Fairlawn, West Milford, and against here, and I'm not sure. Hold on, I think I'm missing a game.
3-0.
3-0, yeah. There's just many away games.
And now the final seconds have ticked down. The clock hits 0, and Wayne Hills taking this game, going to 5-3, 24-14. The final score as the band plays these teams out. Both put up an incredible showdown, tied at halftime. but Wayne Hills taking over the second half and regaining their winning status, breaking the win streak of Pcti, and getting back up on the board with their wins, bringing their records to 5-3.
Yeah, and, you know, guys, just really quickly, you know, you go into the locker room, you know, if you're Wayne Hills, you know, you're tied. Could have played a lot better. I mean, you got killed by flags in the first half. You know that, you know, this PCTI team is tough, but, you know, at home you'd be playing, you know, a heck of a lot better, and they come out in the second half and they execute. I mean, they execute, you know, perfectly. I mean, just everything started clicking. You know, at one point in Isaiah and Luca, guys, we talked about it. The improvement of Mike Casasanta, you know, in the passing game and in the pocket specifically. I mean, the transition, you know, throughout this season, you know, we saw him in week 2 in the Valley game, which really uncomfortable, you know, and in the early weeks against Old Tapan, 3 interceptions. I mean, just a ton of turnovers early on. And Isaiah, like you mentioned, it's been 3 weeks without a turnover now for Mike Casasanta, and it's just been a huge improvement, you know, in the pocket for him. And obviously, you know, we know how electric of a runner he is, you know, in that department. So to be able to, you know, settle in, and, you know, now he's in a groove, you know, heading into the playoffs for him, it's going to be so key for this Wayne Hills team, you know, to have him stay in that groove as they gear up for the playoffs.
Yeah, these Patriots take another win at home, and now they're happy. You know, beginning of the game, it seemed there was going to be a back-and-forth confrontation, an offensive shootout between these teams. But in the second half, Hill stopped that. Patriots started going, got a turnover, and, you know, it just from there the offense took over. Mike Santa able to use his legs, and also his pass, able to stay in the pocket, look comfortable the whole game, able to throw some pretty good passes, a few drop passes by Parada, but he rebutted and he got better, and he made some big plays, and just a good job all around by this team again. Once again, they've won, and they're heading to face Indian Hills next week here at Wayne Hill Stadium.
Both teams, as you said, doing great. Indian Hills next week, final game of the regular season. Wayne Hills definitely looking forward to a playoff team and looking forward to seeing them do great. But they got to face Indian Hills and hopefully take a win out of that game going into the playoffs 6-3. But this game ends 24-14. Wayne Hills taking a win. But on Monday, girls soccer, the first match of states. Stay tuned for that. I am Luca Yanuzzi with Aaron Hook and Isaiah Ahumada signing off for now, and we will see you next week with the next football game.